For
the ENF, the chairwoman, Madame Marine Le Pen.
Mesdames et Messieurs les députés,
Thank you, President. Colleagues, the Brits have had enough of the European Union. It looks like they want to get out of the EU. They regret the loss of their sovereignty, the inability to solve problems at a national level. They've got their own way of looking at it, their own culture, the questions of immigration, the economy, or whatever. Mr. Verhofstadt said that we're having a discussion about this, but Mr. Verhofstadt doesn't seem to be particularly interested in what's going on. But I think he must be looking at things through some sort of distorting mirror, because this dwarf European Union, which doesn't show respect for any of the major problems of the world, has no interest in sorting out major conflicts or restoring some balance, is simply putting us into a situation where we're humiliated by President Obama, who rings up Mr. Cameron to ask him to stay in the European Union, who actually speaks after the November attacks before the President of the French Republic, who is talking about keeping in this insane policy of receiving migrants. There's a crisis which is getting increasingly serious in the European Union, the crisis of the single currency, which has mutated into a social crisis throughout the European Union, the migratory crisis, millions of people walking towards this Europe without borders, which is open to all, and the European Union is collapsing under the weight of its own contradictions. The negotiations that are opening now is just theatre. I don't think anyone's being taken in by this masquerade that the Brits can improve what's happening in the European Union and stay in. It simply isn't going to happen. That's the situation. Every day we're trying to cobble together some response to the worsening situation. It's all based on blackmail, threats, violations of the rights of people expressed through referendums. It's a sign of the weakness of Europe, and finally we're seeing a step back, and we can be pleased at least about that. You can't keep wasting time infinitely. Finally, this whole thing will be seen for the charade that it is, and will collapse completely, and people will get their sovereignty back.
Madam Le Pen, prior to the initiation of your speech, Mr. Verhofstadt left the room. I'm not quite sure about why, but there is a question now from Mr. Coburn, excuse me.
Madam Le Pen, do you think that the people sitting in Calais trying to get to Great Britain are speaking with their feet about what they think of the European economy, and that if they want a brighter future, and I don't blame them, that they want to get to Britain where the future is brighter, against the European Union which is falling to bits?
Madame Le Pen.
Je crains, hélas, monsieur, qu'un certain
I fear that some people are in Europe at Calais because the UK has a border and we don't. If we had our internal borders back, if we weren't in this ridiculous Schengen, then people who are living in the shanty towns around our cities or in the areas of departure to get to the UK would very probably be back home. So it's vital that countries get their borders back, and not that the UK give up its border. That would be a terrible idea, I think.
The